Hello and welcome back to the Film Odyssey Podcast. My name is Sal Cicero,
And I'm Dan Dubon.
and today we are going to discuss our thoughts on Alex Garland's Civil War, Joker 2's teaser trailer, and Quentin Tarantino's The Movie Critic Cancellation. So it's been a while. There's been a lot of movies that have come out, a lot of news that has come out.
One of the movies we'll be talking about today is Civil War, Alex Garland's latest movie. Might be his last. Hopefully not, though. I hope he makes more movies. This released about a week or two ago, and it's gotten very mixed reception, as one would expect from a movie like this.
This premiered at South by Southwest Film Festival, and to our surprise, or to many surprise, the film actually received a ton of praise, which for Alex Garland, I mean, his previous film was Men, and when he's going to
Yeah.
make a movie called Civil War, where it's literally like a political kind of chaotic thriller that seems like it's supposed to be satirical, at least that's what the trailers made it look,
Yeah.
everybody was skeptical. And then once people started praising it, it was just a shock to everyone. For me, I saw this movie on Friday when it released in IMAX, which was a crazy ass experience.
I saw it in IMAX as well. It definitely added to the experience a lot, and I don't regret seeing it in IMAX, that's for sure. Let's start with the positives, the things we liked first. Performance-wise, I thought everyone was really good here. For me, I thought surprisingly Kaylee Spaney was the best.
Yeah.
I thought her character was very interesting, especially towards the end and kind of where her character ended up. Everyone, of course, is talking about Jesse Plemons, even though he literally only had like 4 minutes of screen time, maybe not even that. But everyone online is talking about him because he just has such a chilling presence in this movie
Yeah.
where it's like he shows up and then like the hair stands up on the back of your neck because you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. And then Nick Offerman, I think he only had maybe two or three scenes in this movie, but I think he made the most of it. I kind of wish he got a little bit more to do.
I know, a lot of people are saying like they either love it or hate it. I'm on the side that actually really loved it. Believe it or not, I was pleasantly surprised by it. It's
Yeah,
definitely not a movie for everyone.
yeah.
Some people are saying that, it's like Apocalypse Now, like Alex Garland trying to make his own version, which people have said in both a positive and negative way. Like action sequences, like they're not typical action sequences. They're very much a reminder of the chaos that's gone on in America, and you're put into that situation with the
Yeah.
characters, and it's not a fun movie.
This is reportedly the highest budgeted A24 movie ever. And
Yeah,
feel like you could definitely see that, especially in the third act.
absolutely.
I think that's where probably most of the budget went for that insane
Yeah.
third act. The third act of this movie is very chilling and kind of scary because I feel like when watching it, it's not something you watch and you're like, oh, this could never happen.
I like that they focus more on the journalism and about the unbiased opinions of the photojournalists because that's what this movie is supposed to be about. It's not picking sides at all.
Yeah.
It's an anti-war film that's shown in a different way. Jesse Plemons, when I saw him on screen, I knew he was going to make an impact, and yeah,
There's a reason everyone is talking about him.
let's just say those 3 minutes, you feel the same way the characters feel. You feel like you're put in their position as well. You have an idea of what's going to happen, yet you don't.
One thing I wish we kind of saw more what life was like for like just a regular person, because we didn't really see that at all, really.
I loved the ending, and the reason why is because
Yeah, I did too.
no matter what you think of the ending, the last shot of the movie, I found it very impactful and disturbing, but yet you don't see anybody as the good guy or the bad guy because I see it as people fighting for different reasons. And whoever goes into this, no matter what side you're on, you could also have a very different opinion on what's going on. And this movie's trying to show you that it's all about what your beliefs truly are.
Yeah, so overall, I can't say I love this movie. Don't think it's a masterpiece, but I do think by the time the end of the year rolls around, this probably will end up being on like my top 10 list, most likely, unless a bunch of movies come out that I like better.
For me, I loved it. It was like a 4.5 out of 5 for me, surprisingly. Next, we're going to discuss our thoughts on Joker Folia Do teaser trailer.
So this is the hotly anticipated sequel from the 2019 original movie, that starred Joaquin Phoenix, where he actually ended up winning an Oscar for the movie. Movie made over like $1 billion. So this sequel has been hotly anticipated. There were rumors going around, oh, this is a musical, and then that turned a lot of people off. We knew Lady Gaga was playing Harley Quinn in this. And so the teaser trailer came out, and I think to me this looks a lot better than the original movie. I like that Todd Phillips kind of seems to be going in like a original and new direction here with this movie. I mean, the teaser trailer kind of gave off La La Land vibes, but like a more screwed up version of that movie. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, I think she's definitely going to get an Oscar nom and might even win, depending on who her competition is for this year. But yeah, this movie looks like it's going to be probably as controversial or maybe more than the first. And hey, I'm definitely looking forward to October when this releases.
I was expecting it to be extremely different from the first, and what I got was something that was pretty much like the first with the trailer.
Yeah,
Of course, the tone is different. With the first movie, it was more dark and unsettling. This time, it's more like, I guess,
vibrant.
vibrant, but also there's like a deranged hope.
Because the teaser trailer for the first movie, you watch it, it's very dark, depressing. And then I like kind of how for the teaser trailer for this movie, Todd Phillips kind of reversed it, where it's like kind of vibrant and has like the illusion of happiness, I guess you could say. I would assume all the musical scenes in this movie won't be real.
But I'm looking forward to this movie. I definitely think it will do well. That's if the ratings are good. I think
Yeah.
that Lady Gaga may get a nomination, and if her performance is extremely well received, if anything, maybe just maybe she'll win an Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who her competition is, but it's too early to say. I'm not sure if this will make $1 billion like the first, but I think it'll do well, and it'll be like a deserved win for the DC brand after a lot of, flops and stuff like.
But what also fascinates me is the fact that the budget was 200 million.
I think after the first one made $1 billion, and it was such a big success for Warner Bros., I think at this point that they trust Todd Phillips and they trust his vision enough to give him a bigger budget to work with for this movie. And I'm sure all the musical scenes in this movie weren't cheap to do.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Trailer did a good job, in my opinion. I think this movie will probably, like the first film, be screened at Venice Film Festival. Do I
Oh,
think
for
it's going
sure.
to win
Yeah.
a Golden Lion like the first? Probably not.
Let us know what you thought about this teaser trailer.
Yeah.
I bumped my anticipation up even more.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it, and also it's going to be because they used IMAX certified cameras. The film is also going to be another one just like Dune 2 where it's going to be screened in IMAX 70 millimeter theaters. So
Yeah.
this could be a really big film. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens in October.
All right, so our last piece of discussion for this episode is going to be news came out about a day or two ago that the well, long awaited, I guess not anymore, movie that he was going to be doing next, which was supposed to be his 10th and last movie, The Movie Critic. Apparently, he just canned the whole thing, and apparently the reason is that he could, I assume he could have cracked the story or thought the script wasn't good enough to be his last movie, so he just decided to scrap it all and start from scratch, which led to a big, huge discussion online of people being like, whoa, what the hell is going on here?
It was news to me. I read it completely wrong when you sent me the text message. I thought that's not going to be his last movie. He's going to make more.
I
But
wish.
yeah, I was like, okay, that's
Yeah,
good. That's
I wish
good.
that was the announcement.
And then I actually had to think about it and then really read. I'm like, come on. It's like, you're
Yeah,
serious? I
yeah.
mean, Jesus, it's just it's ridiculous. I
It's
mean,
disappointing, really.
it is because it sounded like a good concept, like, a guy in the 70s who writes for a porno magazine, who does reviews, and
Yeah,
apparently he's like Taxi Driver De Niro if he was a movie critic. Like,
yeah,
that sounded interesting. Like, I would have gone to seen that.
yeah.
Just like like Once Upon
I,
a Time in Hollywood, but in the 70s, and it was supposed to apparently be in the same universe, even though I feel that now after they cancel it, maybe putting it in the same universe wasn't such a good idea.
that could be part of the reason why he canceled it. Because I think Brad Pitt was rumored to be in this, and apparently he was supposed to be playing Cliff Booth in the movie.
So
So
was
if that's
Leonardo
the
DiCaprio as Rick Dalton. He was supposed to be casted back in.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I kind of understand why he would can it, because then I feel like maybe he thought, oh, this is too similar. This is like a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I don't really want to do that.
If that's the case,
Um,
then that's understandable. I could understand that. But
yeah, I mean, if that's the reason, I understand it. If the reason is like, oh, the script isn't good enough for my liking for me to go out on, that's kind of dumb because I mean, we've been hearing about this movie for like a year at this point, and now it's just completely gone, fell off a cliff and it's dead now. At the end of the day, I do hope Tarantino, like he really thinks about what he wants this last movie to be, and he doesn't just like rush into it. And I hope he takes his time because I'd rather have like a great final movie from him than like a mediocre one. I know some people after this news came out, people were like, "Oh, so is he going to do Kill Bill Volume 3 right now?" I feel like that's a possibility.
that's now open for discussion as well as many other projects that he has said.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, do not get your hopes up.
At this point, I'm kind of hoping he goes out on like a completely original movie. I think I'd rather just see him do something completely new and fresh. I'm not sure if a Kill Bill Volume 3 would be a movie he would want to go out on anyway. It sucks because this movie, it was supposed to start shooting in the fall, and now it's dead.
It was supposed
It
to
was
have Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it was supposed to release at the end of 2025. Now it's dead, so that doesn't matter anymore.
No.
It's a shame because I feel like a lot of people were looking forward to this movie. I mean, people have been talking about for a while, and now it's just completely gone. I think it's dumb. I feel like Tarantino, he's robbing people by just saying, "Oh, 10 movies and I'm done." Like that's something like a teenager would say. Like it's just come on, man.
Yeah, like you're robbing your audience and yourself of your talent. It's just like, if you're getting tired, if you've done so much work, which you have, and you're just getting a little tired now doing it and you want to just, retire, fine. But if you're doing it just because you're like, I just feel like it, I don't want to do it. Like that's no excuse. Like
Yeah, that's just lame.
I think that if I had to make a really crazy guess, I feel like he won't come out with another movie for maybe years if he's really thinking that hard of trying to make a 10th film to go out on. Then it might not
Yeah.
be until I don't even know how long, until probably we'll be like, oh, that's right, Quentin Tarantino. I remember that guy. He's coming out with his last feature.
I hope it doesn't take that long, man. Because by then people might have just moved on at that point. I hope we hear something soon. Best case scenario, by the end of this year, he comes out, he's like, all right, guys, this is actually what my final movie is going to be. And I'm actually going to start shooting this thing like 2025 or whatever. I'm hoping that's the next announcement we hear, but who knows at this point. I will say though, even though I wouldn't want his last movie to be Kill Bill Volume 3, if it did happen, I think it would be really cool for him to cast Zendaya
Yeah.
and then kind of have it be her going after Uma Thurman.
A lot of people are saying that, and I think that would be the right thing to do. If you're going to say this is your next film, it's going to be a little bit hard to believe that you're truly confident
Exactly,
about
because
it.
he's kind of becoming the director version of The Boy Who Cried Wolf, where it's
Exactly.
where it's
Yeah.
like people are gonna start to trust him less and less about things he says because they're like, oh, is this actually gonna happen? I know some people were also saying they'd still like to see his Star Trek movie.
No.
I don't think that's gonna happen either.
That's not gonna happen. I mean, you're if you really want to divide the fan base more than Ryan Johnson did with The Last Jedi, go right ahead. I mean, a lot of people are saying, it'd be best if maybe Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was his final film, and I don't know,
He
like
probably wishes it was.
he probably does, but I mean, some
He's
people
like, God
really
damn it, I should have saved this for my 10th movie and did something else.
yeah, but some people really think like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would have been a great like end to like his filmography would have been a great like sign off. And I
Yeah.
think so too, because it really showed him at his most mature, but also it did feel like kind of like a farewell to him as a director.
That's probably what he thinks also, which is
Ex-
why he's had such a hard time, with the movie critic and all that.
But yeah, let us know what you think about it. How long do you think it's going to be till we get another Tarantino film?
Hopefully not
Uh,
that long.
Hopefully not that long either. Do you agree with Tarantino's decision? Do you not agree with his decision? Do you wish that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was his final film? I kind of do. I think that would have been a really good, like, just send off to him and
Yeah.
his work, but that's the way it is. I
Do you
think
think Kill
that
Bill Volume 3 could actually happen?
exactly. I mean, could it happen? Could the
I
Kill
mean, now
Bill
there's a real chance.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, he's now really making the Kill Bill fans like extremely happy.
Yeah.
And you know what? He might just think to himself, fuck it, why not?
Let us know your thoughts on Civil War, of course, what you thought of that movie. Did you love it or hate it? The Joker Folie Ado trailer. Let us know what you thought of that and
Yeah.
if you're highly anticipating that movie or not. And of course, this whole Tarantino situation, when you think we'll end up seeing whatever his final movie is and what his final movie could be at this point, let us know.
Other
Yeah.
than that, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a like. Follow us on Spotify because we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. We'll be back soon, hopefully. I think more
Yeah, should
confidently
be.
we'll be back soon.
We've both been busy.
Other than that, thanks for listening.